This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. On St. Croix, VIPD officers arrest two brothers wanted for attempted murder in connection with a shooting which left a man paralyzed. Last Thursday afternoon, police responded to a shooting at Tide Village Service Station. They arrived to find a man who said he was shot by Samuel Rivera and grabbed and hit by his brother, Marcelino Rivera. The victim told officers they were friends and he didn't know why the two men attacked him. The victim was shot once in the chest with a bullet hitting and lodging into his spinal column, leaving him paralyzed. Police say evidence at the scene and surveillance camera footage matched the victim's account of what happened. The brothers turned themselves in to police a couple days later, back on Saturday. Both men, 21-year-old Marcelino Rivera and 25-year-old Samuel Rivera Jr., are facing several charges, including attempted murder and weapons charges. As we begin a new week, cases of COVID-19 remain high throughout the territory, but they have gone down from last week, especially on St. Thomas. According to the latest numbers from the VI Department of Health, there are 798 cases territory-wide. That's down from just over 1,100 last week. There are currently 500 active cases on St. Croix, 267 on St. Thomas, and 31 currently on St. John. Meantime, Pfizer says 3 child-sized doses of its COVID vaccine showed a strong immune response in kids ages 6 months to 5 years old. The trial included nearly 1,700 kids who got a third dose during the Omicron variant surge. Pfizer said 3 child-sized doses for this youngest age group were well tolerated and no new safety signals were identified. Kids under 5 are the only age group not yet eligible for COVID vaccination. An FDA committee has a tentative meeting set for June to discuss emergency use authorization updates, which could make young kids eligible for Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. And a new study says people in the U.S. have moved on from feeling anxious about the COVID-19 pandemic. Sunday, the American Psychiatric Association reported adults' anxiety about COVID-19 is at its lowest recorded ever, with 50% indicating they're anxious about it. That's down from 65% in 2021 and 75% in 2020. Instead, now 73% of adults say they are somewhat or extremely anxious about current global events happening around the world. The study was conducted last month. And now to developing news as the United States tries to solve a worsening baby formula shortage. Operation Fly Formula could start moving imports of foreign formula into the United States in the next few days now. The White House announcing the first flight carrying around 246 pallets of formula from Switzerland to Indiana has been approved. It can't come soon enough for many parents, and on Capitol Hill recently, lawmakers on both sides grilled the FDA commissioner, who says we should start seeing relief within days. Again, at last check, the Virgin Islands Department of Health says there is not a formula shortage affecting parents in the VI, and there is still an active FDA investigation into the Abbott Nutrition plant in Michigan, which voluntarily shut down after reports of serious bacterial infections in 4 infants, including 2 deaths. That shutdown led to the shortage. But the company has said there is no evidence linking its products to the illnesses. On St. Croix, it was all about funk and soul over the weekend. Take a listen. Sounds good. Funk and soul fans were treated to a festival in paradise with Funk It Up at the Fred. It was a 4-day destination festival over the weekend. The lineup for the event included a long list of contemporary funk greats, including the Funky Force Ensemble. Each day was filled with poolside sets, followed by full concerts featuring the all-star bands in the evenings, and DJ sets ran late into the night, too. The event's venue, the Fred, is the only beachfront resort in St. Croix, which is also located in town. It's also the first new hotel to open on the island since 1986. Funk it up at the Fred. Looks like it was a great time indeed. College graduations are taking place all across the country. UVI graduates got their diplomas last week, and many students are leaving school, and they're having no problem joining the workforce. Our USVI News' Haley Potter explains why.
These college grads certainly have a good reason to smile. Abigail Edwards' degree already helped her land a teaching job.
It's super high demand for teachers now, so it makes it easier on us to figure out a job, which is nice.
And it's definitely not just teachers. Employers across the economic spectrum need workers. The latest data shows there were 11.5 million job openings in March, the highest number ever recorded.
I feel great. I mean, I can't feel anything but great today.
Darnell Neville actually lined up a position as his final year of school was getting started.
The job I'm at now, I got back in September.
The job market for the class of 2022 looks very promising.
Mary Gatta is with the National Association of Colleges and Employers. The group's recent survey found employers plan to hire 31% more new college graduates this year than last year.
So we continue to see salaries rising.
The average starting salary for business is more than $60,000, up 3% from last year. Engineering salaries have increased 4%, and computer sciences saw a 5.2% jump to nearly $76,000.
There's a lot of demand right now.
University of Alabama graduate Peyton Dyer received a degree in finance and real estate. He says he feels confident about his prospects.
With the market being like it is right now with real estate, I don't really think there's a lot to be concerned about job-wise.
A picture-perfect job market right now, helping students make the transition from college to a career.
That's our Haley Potter reporting. The National Association of Colleges and Employers also found 18% of new jobs are fully remote, 40% are a hybrid model, and 42% are fully in person. We had a new winner in the 147th running of the Preakness Stakes after Kentucky Derby winner Rich Strike did not participate. That left the door wide open for a new winner to take the throne. Could it be another long shot? All were even out of the gates. An underdog began to build a lead, but it wouldn't last long, though, as early voting, one of the favorites, overtook the pack just before the final stretch. Much like the last race, Epicenter got off to a slow start, but turned it on late, making for a final push to the win. The favorite, Epicenter, had the speed to take the lead, but was cut off by early voting just before the finish line. Early voting maintained first place and won the Preakness by a length and a half. Wow. The 34th legislature of the Virgin Islands will celebrate African Liberation Day this week on St. Thomas, and will do so with an art exhibit called Art at the Capitol. The ceremony is in observance of African Liberation Day to reflect the rich African culture, which has contributed to much of Virgin Islands history. Art at the Capitol will take place this Wednesday, May 25th at 10 o'clock in the morning on the grounds of the Capitol building in St. Thomas. The public is invited to attend the opening program in the art exhibit, which is going to follow. The celebratory art exhibit will showcase various art forms, paintings, and other items which capture and honor the African culture. It'll be open to the public until 3 p.m. on Wednesday.